I probably prepared more for this one than any other. I wrote an awful lot of songs. It's the first time I wrote songs on piano as well as guitar, so I got a wider range of melody. I made a lot of demo tapes. I used my own band for the first time instead of studio musicians, and we spent 2 weeks in the studio just cutting a sort of a practice album, if you may, which was marvelous for us. It really helped a lot. So I would have to say that it took us about a year from the inception of writing the songs to arranging it with the band to pre-production to actually recording the album.
Was it Sounds Interchange? Was it in Toronto?
I started at Sounds Interchange and then went down to the record plant in L.A. and did all the overdubs, the vocals, various piano and guitar overdubs there.
Mm-hmm. Who is the fellow? Is it John Lewis Parker? Is that right?
That's right.
Co-wrote with you on what? A couple
2 songs. I'm Just a Man and Just a Piece of Your Heart.
Mm-hmm.
He writes wonderfully rhythm and blues-oriented songs, and the one help I thought I could use from the outside in this album was I wanted to show a different direction in ballads. I wanted to show that I could take on a more soulful direction, and so thus John Parker really helped me achieve that with both those songs.
Mm-hmm. What about, how did you come to get together with John Boylan, the producer?
Well, he's a staff producer for Epic Records, and the head of the record company for A&R, at least, in New York, suggested him highly to me, and I was very impressed with his credits. He's produced all the Little River Band hits that we've heard, the very first Boston album, the last 2 Charlie Daniels Band albums, and several more. He seemed to be the kind of person to use for this record because he had a strong understanding of songs and why people love songs, and we worked very closely in choosing just the right combination of songs for this record. That was written for a friend of mine who's a man who's become very increasingly skeptical about life and about the promises of the Western world gone astray. And I was saying that although I can understand that skepticism and that disillusionment, there's still enough left in this world to feel good about and to believe in. And I said one of those things is love. Whatever else happens, just don't give up on love. Open up just a piece of your heart. Abandon your side. I'm on your side. Won't you take me? Open up just a piece of your heart. I know you have some, but don't shut me out. What I was really trying to do was pray that love was the nighttime. What happens when you meet and all those things that go on. And then Pandora's song is what happens in the morning when this woman wakes up and is surprised to see this guy not have crept out in the middle of the night. He's stressing to her again that it's a commitment, that he doesn't want to be a faceless man. He doesn't want to be another one-night stand. And he's trying to let her know that women aren't the only people that have those feelings of getting older, of being left alone, that men feel the same thing. And it's as dehumanizing and impersonal for a man to feel like a faceless body as for a woman. And then there's just this scene where the phone rings and it represents the outside world, and this woman who has those Pandoresque kind of guilt feelings from the way literature has always treated women from the Pandora mythology, starts crying and starts to feel really guilty, and then this conversation happens, and again the commitment is reestablished at the end of the song.
You're talking before about various cuts and the rhythm and blues influence. Do you see yourself sliding a bit more into that?
I do, because I think my voice really naturally sings that kind of style quite easily. It's a very sensual experience for a singer to kind of wander and slip in and out of those notes, sort of like a liquid, with a liquid kind of sensibility. I just love the sensuousness of it. I love playing around with the octaves. I love going high up in the falsettos and then dipping really, really low in a baritone voice. I never really discovered that before as a singer. In a lot of ways, this album is a breaking through for me into a whole new ground that maybe when I was younger, I was just afraid to touch. Everyone was back to where we made.